Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter and Shane. Say what up, Shane.
What up, nerds?
We are Steven and David list tonight, but that's because we're doing it kind of late. The reason we're doing it so late is because the Magic stream for the World Championship just ended. They were previewing cards throughout the entire streams all day long because of the 30th anniversary of Magic the Gathering. So we wanted to get all of the spoilers we could possible and talk about them today. Before we move on, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers, so if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, help us out. It'd be really cool. And you're already watching our content, so why not? So let's jump into it, Shane, shall we?
Yeah.
First things first, we got a reprint. This is Blast Zone. Blast Zone is a land. Enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it. It taps for a colorless. You can also pay XX and tap it to put X charge counters on Blast Zone. You can also pay 3 and tap it, sacrifice Blast Zone, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of charge counters on Blast Zone. What do we think of this reprint coming into Standard?
Oh, I was gonna say it's standard. That makes sense. Was this even like played in anything else besides standard? Because I don't know. Do we need this in standard?
Do you think it'll see play? I mean, we have the Silex already that kind of does the same thing, where you just destroy.
I guess this is on a land, but
You have to mana sink into it, I guess. I mean, it was in War of the Spark, so it used to be in Standard.
and I don't think it was seen at least back then, as far as I know, right? I don't know. Don't really think I would play it.
Yeah, this card only really works if it's a dead turn, right?
Yeah, because you have to
You have
pump shit
nothing to
into
play.
it.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I imagine you. I don't even know. Would it be in like a blue deck or something? Because like normally you just pass go, or you play land go.
I guess, but I mean, like, you have to pay 2 mana to put 1 counter on it, which is already kind of bad.
I'm gonna say it's not the greatest, unless I'm told otherwise.
I think it's just flavor-wise. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, because you gotta pay to put it on it, and then pay. Sack. I don't know. That's a lot of hoops, dude.
It is a lot of hoops. I don't think it's very good. But we have a new card. We got another Feldon. This is Feldon Ronom Excavator. Feldon Ronom Excavator is 1 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature human artificer. It's got haste, says it can't block, and whenever it is dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library, choose one of them. Until the end of your turn, you may play that card.
This screams red aggro to me, dude.
It does. However, it wants to be dealt damage for the second ability to be done. So I mean, I don't. It's a very weird thing because you're foretelling your turn, right? You're saying, "Hey, I want you to block this because you can't block yourself." But I get it. Like it has haste. Like you want to attack with it. But how often are people blocking this to make this trigger?
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like extra unless you have a way to ping it maybe or something. But if 2 mana 2/2 with haste just seems like a pretty good card.
Well, yeah, but we have those already in Standard.
Do we? Oh, okay. I don't really play red aggro that often.
Yeah, the one where you can pump it. It comes in. You can pay a 2 and a red. Gives it 1/1 counter.
You're right. Okay, you're right. Well, then I don't know. Seems interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's that great.
At first, when you read it, I'm not gonna lie, I read it as when it deals damage, and I was like, oh, this is like a fucking instant shoe-in. But then you said dealt damage, and then now it makes sense.
If it triggered on doing damage, then this would be.
This would have been an L-star, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd have been crazy. Nah, but when it's dealt damage, so
yeah,
don't block this, people.
Don't block it.
Next up, we have an enchantment. This is In the Trenches. In the Trenches is 1 and 2 white mana for an enchantment. It says creatures you control get +1/+1. You also pay 5 and a white to exile target non-land permanent you don't control until In the Trenches leaves the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery and only once.
So it helps you. Yeah, so it helps you in the beginning, like turn 3, and then late game, if you have mana to pump into it, you can do something.
You start
I don't know.
exiling those things.
So, I guess yeah, you're right. So you could do more than one, right?
Yeah,
But that'd be a lot of fucking mana.
it is definitely 6 mana. I mean, obviously this is going to be like late game. All right, time to start getting rid of your blockers.
But is just 3 mana for all your creatures to get 1/1 good enough? So we have Wedding Invitation.
Wedding announcement, yeah.
Whatever. The Wedding.
The wedding announcement is an all-star. Does this replace it? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying.
However, putting multiple of these down really makes it worth it, I think.
I mean, it's the same way as playing multiple weddings, right?
True. I think you run both. In a mono white or Selesnya token deck.
Maybe. I mean, that's just a lot. Like, yeah, that's a lot of enchantments.
Go white, do damage.
I guess you're right. But if you just draw this, you're pissed.
Yeah, I don't know. At Mythic Rare too.
It's very interesting. I think it's the mythic because of the flavor, maybe. Like the land we saw yesterday with David, like, oh, it's in the trenches, and probably just a flavor reason. I don't know.
This kind of reminds me of your Forces of the Imperium.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Star Wars. Yeah, the fucking weird helmets and stuff.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know. I don't, like you said, the wedding announcement, I don't see this being played over that at the current standard. Is it good in EDH? Don't know.
Yeah, maybe. You have access to more mana there, I guess, so you can potentially exile more things, but then there's also more ways to kill and change. I don't know.
It's a very weird card.
Very weird.
Next up, we have what they showed off looks like a new cycle of commands. So we only got 4 out of the 5 if they are doing the green one. I assume they are. So let's just jump right into it. This first one is Kayla's command. Kayla's command is 1 and 2 white for a sorcery. Choose 2. Create a 2/2 colorless construct artifact creature token. Or put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. It gains double strike until end of turn. Or you can search your library for a basic plains card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. Or you gain 2 life and scry 2. It seems
Okay.
pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the beginning when you said there's new commands, it's like, oh yeah, that can't be better. This one seems really good.
Doesn't it?
It seems like just right when you said that you could put a +1/+1 counter on a creature and it gets double strike, like that's pretty sick. And you can, if you need that land, you can get a land. Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, for 3 mana, this is
Yeah.
is a very good card. I don't think, I mean, maybe you'll be, like, my favorite is the 2nd and 4th mode, I would say. Scrying 2 is pretty good.
Yeah, and well, I was gonna say the 4th as well, just because if you're up against like a burn or like aggro deck, gaining 2 could be life or death.
Does this see play in the current mono white?
The current mono whites, maybe actually. It's because of the 2 and the 1 and the 2, maybe. Because the mono white currently is really aggro, right?
Yep.
So I could see that happening.
So give me something double strike. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
I can see that happening, yeah, for sure. Maybe, and it's only sorcery, so maybe not like 4 of. I can see maybe 2 of.
Maybe just splash a little of this. 1 or 2 of these.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Kayla's command, starting off strong with these commands.
Give me more.
All right, next up, Mishra's command. Mishra's command is X and a red. Sorcery, choose 2. You can choose target player. They may discard up to X cards. Then they draw a card for each card discarded this way. Or you can have this spell deal X damage to target creature. Or this spell deals X damage to target planeswalker. Or target creature gets +X/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. It's a lot going on with this card, actually.
Yeah, I think that you definitely want to run this in aggro, dude.
Yeah.
X gain haste, X0 deal damage to face, the damage to
No,
sorry,
no
the damage
face.
to yeah, the damage to creature, planeswalker. I feel like this is a good card.
Would it be broken if it did damage to face?
Yeah, I
Kinda
probably
like a
would.
one-shot,
100%, yeah. So that makes sense. But you can deal with creatures at a premium of 30 the 1 extra, obviously. So that's if you want to do someone like 3 damage, you have to pay 4.
I'm interested to see a Rakdos standard deck with this card and Childred. Choosing yourself, discarding X cards, drawing that many, you could gain that much life.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on these commands so far, dude.
Don't sleep on the commands. Moving on to the next command. This is Gix's command. Gix's command is 3 and 2 black for sorcery. Choose 2. You can put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 creature. It gains lifelink until end of turn. Or destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Or return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Or each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power among creatures they control. Ooh, what do we think of this one?
This one, in my opinion, like just at first glance, I think this would be better in a commander setting. I don't know. The 5 seems a bit rough for standard.
Yeah, because at that point, if you're playing 5 to destroy each creature with power 2 or less, you're dead.
Yeah, okay. You probably wouldn't pick the 2 or less in EDH that often. I'm just saying that there are strong modes there, but the price tag of 5 is pretty hefty.
I think this is the weakest command we've seen so far.
So far, yeah. Possibly.
Each opponent sacks a creature with the highest power. That's not terrible.
That's actually that's pretty good, yeah. That gets you their biggest threat.
5 mana though?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, you have to choose 2, so.
Besides having your opponent sack a creature with the highest power, what would the other mode you would choose then?
I don't know. I guess make them sack and then pump your creatures a bit, give them lifelink, so then you're hopefully going to swing in and connect. That could be cool.
True.
But that's like, I'm stretching. I'm really stretching.
Or maybe return up to 2 creature cards. Or if you're playing just a go wide token, maybe they have 2 or less power. I don't know.
No, you could. Okay, look, my argument too here for if this is going to be in a standard deck, I can see you can return, like, let's say they deal with your Sheoldred, or they deal with whatever your threat was. That would be cool to bring it back to your hand, make them sack their creature. That's your whole turn.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't know.
Show me the best one, please.
The best one? You want to see the blue one, do you?
It's gotta be the best one, right? It's gotta be.
This is Urza's command. Urza's command is 2 and 2 blue for an instant. It says choose 2. Creatures you don't control get -2, -0 until end of turn, or create a tapped Power Stone token, or create a tapped 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control, or scry 1 then draw a card.
So this is the only instant, right?
It's the only instant.
So that already makes it pretty strong. But I don't think I like anything on this card.
Well, obviously you're running blue. It's an instant. You're going to do it on, from a standard standpoint. You're doing it on your opponent's end step.
Yeah.
You're going to create, what are we playing? Mono blue artifacts at this point?
Yeah, so you're going to Power Stone and you're going to get a construct or scry.
Yeah.
Do you care about power? There might be a Power Stone deck, right?
I have seen the Power Stones being used in standard very briefly when Karn Living Legacy was first introduced. And it was creating Power Stones as +1 ability, and they were getting sacked to the anvil. It was pretty cool. I don't know if it's going to continue to do that in this standard, but that is one thing to do with Power Stones.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool that this is instant. I just don't know. I'm sad.
It protects you.
Yeah.
Giving everything -2, -0.
Yeah, which is, that happens a lot in blue.
If a full swing's coming at you, you could survive and counterattack.
That's true.
Counterattack with a 0/0 that could be massive. Who knows?
You got a lot of Power Stones, a lot of constructs, a lot of other artifacts. Yeah, could happen.
Yeah. But
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Kayla's command.
I think honestly, like, I'm not normally a white player, but that Kayla's looks really strong.
Big fan.
Big fan.
We'll see what the green one is. It's probably Titania's command, if I would take a guess.
Go get 3 lands, 2 in your hand, 1 in your graveyard, or like 2 in your graveyard, 1 in your hand, or some bullshit.
Go get land.
Go get
Titania.
lands, put them on the battlefield, or put them in your graveyard. I don't give a fuck.
New Titania's command. But yeah. And to wrap things up, we aren't going to really talk about them, but we're going to throw up a couple on the screen at a time. Shane, you love the blueprint art of the retro frame borders. What do you think of the ones they showed off? Like Staff of Domination, Chromatic Lanterns, Swiftfoot Boots?
Dragon Engine, dude. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pick up all, at least for a collector standpoint. I love this art a lot. I was trying to convey my love for it in the last video we made, but I love it.
Mesmeric Orb, Thorn of Amethyst. It's good, man. It's really good art. I am a fan. I'm excited for this art. I will not be disappointed if I open this in packs.
No, and if I open this in a collector's, oh my god, you think there's gonna be full art of it, or like extended art? That'd be so sick.
I don't think there's extended art on the old border.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, never mind. I just meant of like the blueprint itself. Like, I think I say this every time I see something cool. I would get that as a poster, dude. That looks so rad.
Which
The
one's your
Chromatic
favorite?
Lantern is 100% my favorite. Like I'd love that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. But that's going to do it for us today. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to check the description for the links to our Instagram, our Twitter, our TikTok. That is at Guys at Magic for everything. Give us a follow on those. We would really appreciate it. So until the next spoiler video or the next video, whatever you see first, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Bye bye.